WZR Radio starts now. You can call into the show at 724-444-7444 using call ID 30273#. Now, here's your host, Ryan Clark.
And Matt Boone. What's crack-a-lackin', everybody, and welcome to the Tuesday, August 18th edition of WZR Radio here on WZROnline.com and the host of all the websites. I'm, as always, Ryan Clark, and we're going to be here for the next 2 hours talking lots of pro wrestling, Monday Night Raw from last night, and got a special guest coming up for you here in hour number 2 as
And here
well.
I am. Oh.
Yeah, and here he is. Our special guest for the night is Matt Boone. What's cracking, buddy?
Going on, man. We do have a special guest in hour number 2. I like that you inserted my name in the intro there, so it's not, the softball guy anymore, so that's good.
Did you like that? I didn't know if it was going to come off all right.
It sounded smooth. It was a nice transition. I caught me off guard.
I try, man. I'm producing again for about the 6th straight week here.
I was gonna say, you're pretty much the producer now, no?
Yeah, I got to figure out how to do this archive thing where we could edit them and get those up a little bit quicker. But other than that, yeah, live show, producing, doing all right, right? Not too bad.
That's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. We got a lot planned for tonight, man. We got Monday Night Raw, like I said, from last night, and we've got in hour number 2, I believe, as long as we can get a hold of him. We have former WWE, TNA, WCW, ECW star Big Vito LaGrasso, who's
he's a former MMA fighter too. He's literally touched every company and business that there is in sports entertainment.
He's done a lot. He's worked overseas for that NWE promotion.
He's still working for them. Yeah, he's going over there in September. I just talked to him today.
Yeah, he's a lot of people don't know. He used to co-host this radio show with us. It used to be me, you, and him back in the day.
For about a year and a half of the run, straight, like in a row. It was him every week with us for the whole show. Yeah, because we had him on he started off as a guest because he actually used to write columns for me back when I worked at Wrestling Planet, way back. He used to write columns for me. So we had all those guys that wrote the columns for me, like him and the Maestro and, those kind of names on the show. And Big Vito, we just clicked with him. He was just a real entertaining dude, and he was still in WCW at the time, and so he was, a big name to have, and he was just real cool. So it worked out great, and we kept him along for a long time, and then he got the TNA, and then he had to stop doing the show again. And we lost touch with him for a little bit, but he's been back on here and there in the past. He's been on every once in a while.
Yeah, good friend from years ago, and still talk to him to this day.
Good guy.
And he's taking indie bookings, and so we're going to have him up. We're going to talk about that, and I think he wants to talk about the Kurt Angle situation.
Most people will probably remember him as the guy that wore the dress in WWE. He was the guy that wore the dress, the bald guy that wore the dress. Big Vito, the toughest man to wear a dress.
The toughest man to wear a dress. No doubt about that.
You'll probably hear that about 8,000 times tonight.
That, and what was the other thing that he used to do? The what was it? The Mama's Station Wagon or something like that.
Yeah, I'm the Pavarotti of hard shots to the body, and the Paisan that's got it going on, and all this stuff. He's fun. You guys will love him. If you never heard him before, you'll love him.
Well, I guess we better hurry up and rush, right? We better get through Monday Night Raw. And
well, I think we can just, as long as we get through Raw, and maybe if you want to do the Impact spoilers, I have them in here in case you wanted to. I did like a shortened version so we could run it down, step by step. Or we could just do Raw and then save all the news and just talk about the news with him because, there's nothing really to interview him about. We've interviewed him a billion times, so, everybody knows the story, so.
Yeah, well, it's not going to be an interview like Boone just said. Basically, we just bring him on and shoot the shit, and
he's a friend.
He likes to talk a little bit, so
he's braggadocious.
He's braggadocious.
Docious.
Oh, docious, braggadocious.
Nice
All
try.
Right. Well, all right. But yeah, he's going to be up here in hour number 2. What else? Last night we did a 2-hour live broadcast. Started a little bit early, 5 o'clock on the East Coast.
5 to
today.
7.
Yeah, 5 to 7 yesterday, and we're going to get the archive of that up here. I just need to edit it, and then we're going to have
they
that
just heard
online.
some of it. You should talk about that. I think we're going to do that from now on instead of the music, right?
I think so, man, because
they seem to like it, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're going to air the previous week's WZR Radio broadcast.
Whatever the most recent one would be, because it might not be, like I said, I'm going to try to talk into doing shows for big stuff, like maybe a little, not like a whole 2-hour show, but like a little break-in audio update or something of something happens, like Don West, like yesterday. We should have did one for that, but we did a whwhole show, so there was no reason to come back the same day and do that. But plus we had tonight to talk about it anyway.
Yeah, so we aired that before we went on, and I think we're going to do that, on a week-to-week basis before we go live. We'll air the previous week's or the latest show. You know what I mean? Whatever we wind up doing throughout the week, and we aired the archive prior to tonight's show. So that's what you guys just heard. Now we're live, baby, live. Still a little bit under the weather. Not as bad as yesterday, though. Yesterday was pretty brutal with the voice, man. But this has been going on for goddamn over a week now. You know what I mean? And I don't get sick. You know what I mean? Every once in a blue moon. You know what I mean? Every few years you get that illness. It's kind of the same way. You never used to get sick either. But man, when you do, it hits you like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
You know?
I think I've been sick maybe 6 times in my whole life, but they've been amazingly bad when they were. Like the last time I got sick was this year. Like maybe March, somewhere around there. I was literally in bed for like 6 days, just miserable. And I never get, sick, so it knocked my ass out,
Oh, I know.
I'm not big on medicine because I kind of think it doesn't really do anything. So it's hard to, like, my sister was here then, so she was like trying to force medicine down my throat to help, but it didn't do it. It doesn't do nothing. Come on.
I got my sister staying here right now trying to do the same thing with the cough medicine.
Yeah,
this and that. Get out of here,
But you're just sleeping. You got to sit here and work all day, and you can't sit here and be drowsy and try and work.
Oh, I know. We got a live chat room, WZROnline.com /chat. Look at all the people in there tonight. We not a lot of guests. A lot of people are starting to sign up, so that's a good thing. All you have to do is go over to TalkShoe.com. Enter a username and password, and you're set to go on a weekly basis. You can log in with that name and that password, and it'll be good to go. So TalkShoe.com to register, and WZROnline.com /chat to get into the live chat room. The live phone number to call us. We're going to take your live phone calls here in hour number 2. If you got a question for me, Boone, or Big Vito as well, he'll be available to take your live phone calls.
Yeah, try and get some questions for Big Vito, because he'll love that shit. He'll love it.
Oh, without a doubt.
He'll love it. If they have anything about his actual career and they ask him, you'll hear his voice change. He'll get all happy.
Oh, without a doubt. He's going to be up in hour number 2. Well, you always get him. You never know what mood he's going to be in,
I know.
Switches,
it's kind of like, I don't want to compare him to this guy because it'd be real rude, but Beetlejuice from Howard Stern? Like sometimes he's really funny and happy and jovial, and then other times he's just depressed and miserable, or he's just pissed off and violent. And you never know which one you're going to get. It's kind of like that with Big Vito, only Big Vito's not a small, black, retarded midget. So. Well,
see, I know an indie promoter screwed him over recently on some money, so he wasn't happy about that, and he just didn't seem happy.
Big Vito I can work with, because you can kind of egg him on a little bit. That's fun, because you can get him cutting promos on anyone if you touch the right nerve.
Oh, no doubt. So let me give out the live phone number to call up Big V here in our numero dos. It's 724-444-7444. Call ID number is 30273, followed by the pound key. So give us a call. You can hang on the line right now if you want to call us now, but we're going to wait until hour number 2 here at about 8 o'clock on the East Coast. What else? We got TNA Impact tapings tonight from Orlando. They taped TV last night as well. I think we're going to run down the Impact spoilers. We're going to do Monday Night Raw and TNA Impact spoilers from last night for this week's show. We're going to do that here in hour number 1, and like I said, Monday Night Raw from last night. SmackDown and ECW tapings tonight as well. Where are they tonight? Is it Kansas City?
It's, Kansas City. You're right, yeah.
Kansas City, all right.
Get an update to that, by the way, so whenever that starts, I'll break in and tell you what's going on if you want.
Yeah, awesome. I think Ryan Gray may be doing something, too, so we can get updates from your guy that's texting you, and Ryan Gray as well. So we should have SmackDown and ECW spoilers. What are they, Central Time? So it'll be a little bit later.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, it may be an hour later tonight. I believe Kansas City is Central Time, but I'm not sure on that. But nonetheless, when we get them, we will pass them along to you live, baby, live, here on WZR.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Can't do it. Can't go full force on that with the voice of the live, baby. Yeah. Cracking out a little bit.
What are you going to do?
So what else? Yeah, TNA Impact, SmackDown Spoilers covers that. Official website of WZR Radio is WZROnline.com. Of course, all you guys who are diehard listeners of the show, the WZR Army, already know that that's our official website. So, with that said, we already talked about the weekend, and we basically ran down the UFC 101 pay-per-view, Strikeforce WEC, on yesterday's show.
And the TNA pay-per-view, we covered that.
Yeah, we covered Hard Justice as well. So if you missed that, hopefully by tomorrow afternoon we'll have Monday's archive from last night and today's archive as well. Hopefully, like I said, by sometime tomorrow afternoon.
Well, for those listening, I mean, you could go to our Talk Shoe page and download the show unedited right now if you wanted to. You just have to skip all the music in the beginning. So, I mean, if you're really desperate to get hold of it right now, you could. So.
Yeah, if you're ever desperate, because a lot of people do talk about that on the shout box, that they want the archive, and it's usually a few days late. I'm working on trying to learn how to edit those things, but it's not easy. The programs that I'm using are being bitches, if you know what I mean. Mm-hmm. So so we're working on getting those up faster. But nonetheless, you can go to TalkShoe.com, do a search on the website for WZR Radio. And all of our archives unedited, which means you get the music that we play or the pre-show.
You get the whole live atmosphere. Yeah, it's like a 3-hour chunk or a 4-hour chunk, and the beginning's music. So once you hear our voices, that's when you're in the show. Just
There you go. So TalkShoe.com to search for our show over there. We're one of the biggest shows on TalkShoe.com. I think we're featured on their main page tonight, which is
I think we are every week too, because we have the most listeners of any show they got. But yeah, a lot of people listen, and they heard you, my God, you won an iPhone and a Walmart gift card earlier, and I mean they all heard it live. Is
that horrible? Is that freaking horrible or what, man? Every time I go to WZROnline.com, one of the advertising companies that we have up there.
I hate those auto ads, man.
Oh, dude, it's horrible. You want a free Walmart gift certificate or something like that, or a free Apple iPhone.
Do you remember the one with the smiley faces on it, where if you accidentally touch it, it says "Say something"?
Oh, Jesus, yeah, yeah, that was
some bad ones.
I haven't seen that in a minute, and the weight loss ones too, as well. They don't talk.
They're just disturbing. Yeah.
They show the cellulite, the before and the after pics. That I don't control those, man.
I just got a visual right when you said that. Thanks.
Oh God, there's one on there where I'm telling you right now, the girl on the bottom, the after photo, is definitely not the girl that's on top. The before and the after photo are two totally different people. Maybe it's just me. I don't know, but nonetheless.
I don't see it, but I'm sure you're right. That's what